Good evening and welcome to Justeventonline Weekend News at 9. I am Anifat Ismail. The news headlines. Minister urged end to war risk insurance. NOA condemns indecent acts at student turnout parties. Nigeria, Brazil MOU will transform agriculture. NAHCON releases 2026 art schedule, warn against deadline breach. CBN orders geo-tagging of POS terminal to curb fraud. Lagos records 8,692 cases of sexual abuse in 1 year. And on sport, Tinubu declares 9th National Youth Games open. Now the news in details. Minister of Marine and Blue Economy, Adegboyega Oyetola, has demanded the immediate removal of war risk insurance premiums on Nigerian-bound vessels. He warned that the outdated surcharge has drained an estimated $1.5 million from the economy in recent years, despite zero piracy incidents in the country's waters since 2021. The minister highlighted sweeping reforms since the creation of the Marine and Blue Economy Ministry in 2023, including record revenue growth. The National Orientation Agency has urged parents to protect their integrity by ensuring that their children do not engage in actions capable of tarnishing their family's image. The agency warned that the practice of writing on the breasts and laps of female students during sign-out celebrations in tertiary institutions runs contrary to Nigeria's core national values. Addressing journalists in Osogbo, the Osun State capital, to formally commence the agency's 2-week nationwide civic engagement drive in Osun, NOA's Director, Human Resources, Aishola Olowoyo, who spoke on behalf of Director General, Malam Larry Isa Onilu, cautioned against extreme actions while celebrating milestone achievements. The Bank of Africa has ascribed the recent agricultural agreement signed between President Bola Tinubu and his Brazilian counterpart as a step in the right direction. The BOA expressed optimism that the agreement would unlock vast opportunities in agricultural development for both countries. In a statement by the senior manager, Head Corporate Communications of BOA, Mike Akila, also thanked Tinubu and Silva for their commitment to deepening agricultural ties between Brazil and Nigeria, describing the pact as a major leap towards sustainable development. The National Hajj Commission of Nigeria has announced a series of deadlines for the successful coordination of the 2026 Hajj exercise. The agency urged intending pilgrims, state boards and private tour operators to strictly adhere to the schedule. According to the timetable, the signing of the Memorandum of Understanding with Saudi authorities will take place in November 2025, marking the official commencement of Hajj preparations. The Central Bank of Nigeria has issued a directive mandating that all point-of-sale terminals in the country be geo-tagged within 60 days. This is in a bid to curb fraud and improve oversight of the fast-growing POS industries. The directive, which affects licensed operators including MoneyPoint, OP, PalmPay and commercial banks, requires that every POS device currently in circulation be registered with its exact GPS coordinates. The Apex Bank, however, said any device that fails to meet the requirements by the October 20th, 2025. The Apex Bank, however, said any device that fails to meet the requirements by the October 20th, 2025 compliance deadline will be deactivated. Lagos State has said 8,692 cases of sexual and gender-based violence were reported in the last year. The Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice, Lawal Pedro San, who disclosed this yesterday, however, stated that the state, through the Ministry of Justice, is taking necessary steps to restore hope and confidence in the victims while enable them to overcome the trauma. Pedro disclosed this while briefing the press on Domestic and Sexual Violence Awareness Month, which comes up in September. The last on the news is sport. President Bola Tinubu has officially declared the 9th National Youth Games open at the Stephen Keshi Stadium, Asaba, describing the event as a platform for discovering and nurturing talents. The president, represented by Special Advisor on Media and Public Communications, Sunday Darin, reaffirmed his administration's commitment to sports development during Friday's opening ceremony. He commended the National Sports Commission under Malam Shehu Jiku and Honorable Bukola Olakade for their efforts in promoting youth and grassroots development. And that will be all on Justeventonline Weekend News at 9. Here's the recap of the story. Minister urged end to war risk insurance. NOA condemns indecent acts as students sign out parties. Nigeria, Brazil MOU will transform agriculture. NAHCON releases 2026 as scheduled, once against deadline breach. CBN orders geo-tagging of POS terminals to curb fraud. Lagos records 8,692 cases of sexual abuse in 1 year. Tinubu declares 9th National Youth Games open. Thank you for watching Justeventonline News. Remember, the pain you experience today is part of the process for your success tomorrow. For more news, visit www.justeventonline.com and to read more updates, follow us on our social media platforms with a tap at Justeventonline. You can also send us an email on justeventonline@gmail.com. I'm Anifat Ismail.